A 33-second video of Prime Minister Narendra Modi offering prayers to Lord Ganesha along with Chief Justice of India CJI Chandrachud and his wife at his Delhi residence on the occasion of Ganesh Utsav has triggered a whirlpool of scathing reactions from the opposition and even some quarters of legal fraternity. While the opposition is using this social event to ascribe motives and question the integrity of CJI Chandrachud, some lawyers are loudly and furiously complaining about CJI compromising the principle of separation of powers between the executive and the judiciary. They are also of the view that Supreme Court Bar Association must now condemn what they are calling the publicly displayed compromise of independence of CJI from the executive. BJP, on its part, has taken umbrage to the opposition's criticism. They say it is reckless commentary on the part of opposition leaders. They are also reminding the opposition of then Prime Minister Manmohan Singh's 2009 Iftar party that was attended by the then Chief Justice of India, K.G. Balakrishnan.
मुझे बहुत आश्चर्य लगता है और मुझे लगता है कि मुझे आईना दिखाना चाहिए। मुझे ऐसा भी समझ है कि शायद यह आपत्ति चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ इंडिया और प्रधानमंत्री के मिलने से नहीं है, यह आपत्ति गणपति पूजा से है। और स्वाभाविक है, चीफ जस्टिस ऑफ इंडिया महाराष्ट्र से आते हैं, गणपति जी की उन्होंने उपासना रखी, उन्होंने बहुतों को बुलाया होगा और सभी गए होंगे। मगर जिस प्रकार से पहले डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह बतौर प्रधानमंत्री इफ्तार की पार्टी रखते थे, क्या उसमें चीफ जस्टिस नहीं आते थे? जब इफ्तार पार्टी में चीफ जस्टिस और प्रधानमंत्री मिल सकते हैं और बैठ सकते हैं, गुफ्तगू कर सकते हैं, दे कैन ब्रेक ब्रेड्स टुगेदर, उस समय जब एक टेबल पर बैठ के दोनों की बात हो सकती है, वह भी एक त्योहार है, यह भी एक त्योहार है। दोनों त्योहारों के बीच यह पार्थक्यता क्यों है? और आज जैसे मैंने बेवकूफी शब्द का इस्तेमाल किया, वैसे ही मैं कहूंगा that there are some silly, sold out, so-called seculars who will object to such kind of courtesy visits. But the maturity of this great democracy is tall enough to bypass these kind of immature talks, these kind of, I would say, childish talks.
I also having same opinion. This is my personal opinion that that CJI, what he is seen in speeches, he speaks something and does something. So it was his private affair, that puja is a private affair. How could Prime Minister go there? It wasn't, it was he who invited. And judiciary has to remain independent. Then he should invite leader of opposition also. Why only the Prime Minister?
When you get a chance to take Bappa's darshan, you don't ask whose home is Bappa's darshan. You go and visit. So to make a political statement and to politicize the Prime Minister's visit to the Chief Justice of India's home when he's going to take Ganpati darshan, I think is a very low form of politics. One can also ask the question that in 2009, when Mr. Balakrishnan was the Chief Justice of India, and at the time the incumbent Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh hosted an iftar party at his residence, which was attended by the Chief Justice of India. One can ask a question then also, why is the Chief Justice of India interacting with the Prime Minister? So these are very immature remarks made by the opposition.
The private function organized in the residence of Chief Justice of India has become a public event because of the participation of Prime Minister. The event has become public. So it has been leading to many speculations. Why Prime Minister went to say whether he will go to other functions organized by some other individuals. All such questions are being raised. The point is, such functions should have remained private.
I am the future that was born 100 years ago. I am the purpose that emerged with India's independence, to be a force for business that takes India to the world and the world to India, creating pathways of self-reliance, to stand for progress, the planet and the people. Towards a future made perfect. And be a force creating abundance. Because independence is not a moment in history. It's a never-ending path to prosperity. Aditya Birla Group, a force for good.
Now, Ganesh Chaturthi is integral to Maharashtra's cultural ethos and Marathi Asmita. It is a festival which is celebrated with full pomp and show and vigor in the state. CJI Chandrachud, who is himself a Maharashtrian, has, as per sources, sent invites to several dignitaries, including the Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself, for the puja at his residence. Both the CJI and his wife were seen warmly welcoming the PM, who donned traditional Maharashtrian attire as well for the occasion. Sources have also said that Prime Minister Narendra Modi immediately left after the rituals. Surprisingly, the ones criticizing Prime Minister's attendance at the puja are the leaders from Maharashtra, who very well understand the significance of Ganesh Utsav. Leaders from Shiv Sena UBT are now raking the MLA disqualification case to insinuate that now that the CJI is bonding with the PM, it will be wrong to expect justice from him in the Sena MLA disqualification case and party name symbol case.
और प्रधानमंत्री जी और सर हमारे चीफ जस्टिस साहब ने एक साथ मिलकर आरती भी उतारी भगवान की। हमारी शंका इतनी है कि क्या ये संविधान के रखवालदार इस प्रकार से अगर राजनीतिक नेताओं से मिलते हैं तो लोगों के मन में शंका है। हमारी जो केस है महाराष्ट्र में, जो घटना बाह्य सरकार चल रही है और उसकी सुनवाई चंद्रचूड़ साहब के सामने चल रही है, तो हमें शंका है कि हमें न्याय मिलेगा, क्योंकि एक पार्टी है उसमें प्रधानमंत्री जी, जो हमारा मुकदमा चल रहा है उसमें पार्टी है केंद्र सरकार और केंद्र सरकार के मुखिया सर न्यायाधीश के सामने साथ आते हैं, घर में बैठते हैं, उनके साथ उनके रिश्ते खुलेआम दिख रहे हैं। ऐसे में क्या चंद्रचूड़ साहब हमें न्याय दे पाएंगे?
श्रद्धा और आस्था क्या सियासत का मुद्दा हो सकता है? और गणपति जी के समय किसी के घर पे जाते समय क्या उसका पद देख करके घर पे जाया जाता है? पद के ऊपर उठ करके श्रद्धा होती है। आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी गणपति जी की आरती कर रहे हैं, इस बात को लेकर के उबाटा के नेताओं की आपत्ति है।
Now, is it the first time that a member of the executive has met a member of the judiciary at a private function? Doesn't seem so, because there have been previous instances like the one involving Shiv Sena UBT itself. Now, Times Now earlier in the day confronted Priyanka Chaturvedi, who also has expressed very strong opinions about this puja and attendance of Prime Minister there. We asked her about just 3 years ago when attending a function alongside Uddhav Thackeray when he was the Chief Minister of Maharashtra. Here is how she responded.
Priyanka, first things first, this is not a new precedent. We have in the past had a Chief Minister meet the Chief Justice of India. I'd like to quote this details to you. God. You had Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray. He met Dipankar Datta when he was the Chief Minister in 2021. He was Justice of Bombay High Court at the time, Dipankar Datta. Officials from the Chief Minister's office as well as the High Court had called it a courtesy visit at the time. The Chief Minister had met the Justice of the High Court. Was that also compromise of democracy?
You know, I find this so ridiculous. Today we are also going to say in any official capacity, if the Chief Minister of a country is just paying a courtesy visit with absolutely no agenda versus a Prime Minister who just before the Ram Mandir met Justice Gogoi.
So there was no impropriety there. The second part of what happened after that is that Dipankar Datta had recused himself from hearing the PIL against Uddhav Thackeray's entire family, which was coming up. If there was no impropriety, why did the justice himself see it fit to recuse himself?
Okay, so ma'am, okay. So you can also now file a case against Dipankar Datta for why he did what he did. You are trying to imply a motive to Dipankar Datta. Is that what you're doing? Then probably you should approach the Chief Justice of India.
But Priyanka Chaturvedi, I believe you haven't been understanding my questions.
Allow me to complete.
These are instances. I understand that you're irked right now. I understand that. You are asking a news
I
channel to
don't
go
think
and file
ma'am,
a lawsuit
I can have a
against a
conversation. I can
former,
have a
the then
conversation.
Chief Justice. He himself had explained, he had recused himself, and you are targeting me. I understand. Perhaps you're not very
Who's targeting
comfortable
you?
with the question that I had asked.
Listen. Oh my God. Who am I targeting you? How am I targeting you, ma'am?
No, I didn't say that. Maybe, again, another thing that I did say, maybe you heard that you were targeting me. That's not something I said.
You know, oh, ma'am, you know, the problem is, again, you're just not listening to what I'm saying. You just asked me a question that I have given you an example, but you're targeting me instead. So I'm not targeting you, firstly.
I never said that, Priyanka Chaturvedi, that you are targeting me.
Oh my God! I think this is a meaningless conversation if we are not willing to listen to each other out. It's as simple as that.
I asked you a straight question. Was that Uddhav Thackeray meeting the then Justice of Bombay High Court? Was that also democracy in danger? Your answer, please.
If you ask me a straight question, you will have to give me at least 30 seconds to respond before you come and jump at me with the next question. If you're not satisfied with my answer, we can end it at that. But you cannot go on and on interrupting while I'm speaking.
I've asked you the same question thrice, Priyanka Chaturvedi.
With regards to Dipankar Datta, let me also tell you, the Chief Justice of a High Court can always be taken into account by the Chief Justice of India and the entire collegium. Okay, there can be consequences. It's as simple as that.
So you're saying that was okay, but this is not?
I'm not talking about whether what is okay. What I'm talking about is it constitutionally correct for the Prime Minister to be seen with the Chief Justice of India in a role which has nothing to do with constitutional responsibility or constitutional positions. It's as simple as that.
Now, BJP has directly responded to the allegations that have been levelled by Priyanka Chaturvedi. Here is the response.
The most shocking, despicable and deplorable comment has been made by Priyanka Chaturvedi, leader of the Uddhav Sena and members of the India Alliance ecosystem. During the time of Ganesh Chaturthi, we all go to each other's house for participating in the Ganesh Puja. This is part of our culture and Sanskriti. In fact, Uddhav Sena should know this best. But even something like a puja has been made a crime and politicized by Priyanka Chaturvedi, and what is shocking is that she is imputing motives to Chief Justice of India not deciding a particular case as per her timetable and schedule. This is nothing short of contempt of court. It is shocking, it is objectionable, it is an attack on the institution of the judiciary, on Supreme Court and on the Chief Justice of India, no less.
And it's not just the political parties that are reacting to this. The legal arm has also been involved. The chairperson of Bar Council of India has reacted to opposition's criticism of Prime Minister attending Ganpati festivities. Bar Council chairperson Manan Mishra says that criticism of this visit is purely political and that it is needless controversy over a social event.
What is wrong if the Prime Minister goes to the residence of CJI to attend a social and religious function? It's not a political meeting. It is not going to affect any judgment which is to come. It is not going to affect any matter pending before the CJI or the Supreme Court. Everybody knows it. They also know that our CJI is a honest and a man of integrity. His integrity cannot be questioned.
So, do the politicians and judges not meet each other socially? Do they not extend courtesies to each other at social events like pujas, weddings, birthdays, etc.? If the CJI invites the Prime Minister for Ganpati Puja at his house, a strictly private event, does that compromise his integrity as the judge of the highest court of the country? Let's take you through some other instances, similar ones from the past, where judges and politicians have mingled with each other at social events and attended functions organized by each other. Now, there are several instances that come to mind. March 2012, Mamata Banerjee had attended Calcutta CJI J.N. Patel's daughter's wedding. September 2009, former CJI K.G. Balakrishnan attended ex-PM Manmohan Singh's iftar party. In March 2020, there were politicians across party lines who were seen in attendance at Justice Sistani's daughter's wedding. In May 2021, former Maharashtra CM Uddhav Thackeray had met Bombay High Court Judge Dipankar Datta, like we mentioned earlier. In August 2021, former Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao attended High Court Judge Anni Reddy's daughter's wedding. April 2023, just last year, Lokayukta judges had attended Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan's iftar party. Several instances there, one really wonders what is the anger and opposition about, whether it is about Prime Minister being in attendance, whether the anger is against the Chief Justice of India, or is it just about the nature of the event.